So I'm going to show you guys the knot that I like to use kind of in lieu of the traditional bowline, and it's called a flying bowline, and you tie it like this, and there you go. You can see, I mean, it's a bowline, but it's a little bit different than a traditional bowline, just in the way that it looks. Functionally, it's still the same. You can put a lot of tension and a pretty big load on this knot, and it's always going to break apart really easily, just like a traditional bowline. Same way, where it breaks in the back, and then you can just pull it apart. I like to use this for a couple different reasons. So if you have a traditional bowline like this, you same thing, you know, it breaks in the back, but you gotta pull that out, and then you still end up with this, you know, almost kind of a weird overhand knot. So you gotta pull this out again to get your rope free. So pull that out, and then you pull that out, and then you're free. Not a big deal, but when you're tying knots over and over and over again, multiple times every day, that extra few seconds really adds up. So if you have a flying bowline that you're using, same thing, it breaks in the back, but to get it apart, it just falls apart and your knot's gone. So I like to use it because it's fast, ties fast, unties fast. It's really strong. It might weaken the rope a little bit more than a traditional bowline, but not by much. As long as you get a good tail on it, it's never gonna slip. So what I like to do with this is, if the guys send me up a line, I can just tie a quick bowline in it and then attach it to my harness. And then I have my hands to do whatever I have to do. Then I can grab that rope and I'm ready to work. The other reason I really like the flying bowline is just because it looks cool. I mean, you're slinging this rope around and bam, you got a knot, you know. It's super cool. If you have like clients watching, you know, or your ground guys are watching, they're like, dang, what's that guy doing up there? He's like a rope ninja. So to tie this thing, it's actually very simple. It looks a lot more intricate than it actually is. Basically, you just kind of make an M shape with the rope, and you want to throw the end of the rope around this bite, like that. And then you have your two loops, your two little bunny ears, and you just feed this one to your other hand and pull. And that's it. Super simple. It takes a little bit of practice, because if you go and, you know, throw this too hard and you get this kind of looped around, it still works. You might just have to dress the knot a little bit, which at that point is kind of counterproductive, because you got to work with it a bit. It's not any faster, but I mean, you still look cool while you're doing it. So yeah, flying bowline, super fun to tie. You look cool while you're doing it. And yeah, pretty practical in the tree industry. Let me know if you guys know this knot or use it. Maybe if you know of some disadvantages to it, I don't know. But I use it pretty much as I use a regular bowline. So figured I'd share it with you guys. Thanks for watching.